a sick one here.
He nods in your direction. Sparfell nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. So let's find out where to get the berries.
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
You can explore the lore a lot by talking to people. In this case, I'm actually going to skip over that just for the sake of keeping the story moving.
Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travellers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy armour-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Aiden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
A Beawick's kind of like a soul-reaping
Let's get going
storm.
before you keel over.
Like, if you get caught in the winds, like the winds take your soul away with them. Just picking up some crap here that we can find lying around. We can equip it or sell it. So
anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
It doesn't matter which party member goes over to the item. Anybody can take it via the loot menu, or you can put it straight in your stash. Again, for equipping, it doesn't matter who's holding it. You know, you can equip to anybody. So let's get our... These are pre-order bonuses. That was a Kickstarter backer. Get my Space Piglet. My badass cloak. Yeah, check it out. And you can also equip items to help you in battle. These are the only items you'll be able to use in battle. Same for every single character. If you right click on items, you also get a description of what they do. In this case, an instant heal upon completing drinking. Not actual health, of course, just endurance. And this is a slow endurance regen. Wow, I've actually got really heavy armour equipped here. I didn't realise that armour was so ridiculously heavy. Let's give it to her instead. Watch her armour turn out to be better now. No, okay, her armour's crap. That's going in the stash. This is the kind of the
A
merchant
whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to.
You can talk to him, but there's not much to him, to be honest. He just says you can, like, he's a merchant travelling, trying to make a profit, blah blah blah, typical stuff. So here you can, your stash is filtered. You have multiple pages, the stash can hold as much as you want. The right hand side is your inventory. You can go to your stash or the party, and it displays your gold. Traders have infinite gold. I'm sure someone will probably make a mod to change that at some point. But you just click on something once and it puts it into the trade section at the bottom. And then you can pick what you want to take in like in trade for that. So I don't think I'll need anything here. Let's just sell that and get another 150 gold. And move out. Typically in combat you'll be pausing a lot. I'm not sure how interesting that aspect's going to be, which is why I might not run through a lot of quests. You can speed things up for running around with fast mode, or you can slow them down to make combat easier with slow mode. That's just S and D, or the little arrows next to the clock at the bottom.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Oops, actually before I do this, Let's go into fast mode. And let's go pick up some extra stuff. You'll see a lot around the world. There's these like spyglass icons, and if you click them, you'll get a short blurb of text describing what's there. The corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from the putrid waves. Wafts from it in putrid waves. A dark crusted bloodstain besmirches its simple linen clothing. Okay. So you know that a bunch of people are dead here, but what killed them? So, if we hold tab, we can see that we can loot one of them. And he has some half-decent armour. Which I really should have just put straight in the chest, to be honest. And some lockpicks, which I will actually take. Okay. With that done, I quite often explore in fast mode just because you run around a lot. You can also go into scouting mode.
Let's keep quiet.
This is kind of like search mode in Neverwinter Nights, combined with stealth. You can also orient your formation, like, so I can have them facing whatever way I want. And here we see the auto pause come into effect. You can customize the auto pause in the options to behave however you want. I basically have mine pause whenever someone or something dies, or whenever something's spotted. So it hasn't seen us yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to have... You have to select people individually to see their items and spells. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to fling our magic missiles at this thing from back here. And we're going to have our warrior go running in a moment after. That should buy me enough time by queuing up a couple of actions. And unpause to see it all play out. Bam! Okay, combat started, so the auto pause kicked in again, as I have it set up. The magic missiles have hit. She goes in, smacks it, it's down. Something died, so the auto pause kicked in again. Again, as per my options. And now it's dead.
Indeed.
And I am victorious. And I shall steal its flesh for profit.
This is it.
And here's the Christmas tree I was looking for, to cure my diarrhea. And now we get to like fill out our character's background a little bit. That's right, we're still creating the character. So this will be unique based on what background you chose, and what nation you chose to be from. So you're some kind of scientist, the way I hear it. Oh, let's be Sherlock Holmes-like. I learned to harness it to solve crimes. Yeah? How is it that you happen to come here? But he's a crappy detective, so he made some mistakes. Some of the people who got in trouble weren't the right people. Well, we've all got things we'd like to leave behind. Gods know I do, I'll tell you that. Here's hoping they never track us down. It's been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Redrick's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle, like the rest of the lot? Sure. Let's be here to settle. I don't find many offers like it in these parts, believe me. Got some big plan in store? I'm gonna get filthy rich. A man after my own heart, may your luck be better than mine. So you can talk to her a little bit. We're actually going to skip over that, because it's just character building. It gives you a clue to find another quest. I will say that much. I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfell's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like, when he feels like it. We should check up on him first, slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water. So, where I'm seeing a bridge across the stream down here. Let's head back down towards that.
What a
And here we
surprise.
see-
Sparfle went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
That sure doesn't look like he went hunting. I mean, there's a lamp abandoned on the floor there. And here you see kind of the... These are kind of narrative action scenes where you'll climb something or take some kind of action that the game engine can't portray as an actual playable event. And so you'll play it as a kind of choose-your-own-adventure story. So you crouch at the riverbank, dip your water skin in the cool water while Kaliska waits nearby. Kalisha, rather, waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparfell, one of the guides, barely discernible in moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait, a spastic wobble, and the ordinarily deft stride as he moves towards you with laboured breath.
Sparfle? Are you alright?
Sparfle's toe catches a rock and he collapses forward in the heat, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted in between his shoulders like an enemy flag. Dun dun dun!
Ambush!
And here we get ambushed. So, we're gonna have Kalisha knock down the guy behind me to keep him occupied, since I see he's got the shield, so he's probably going to be the hardest to kill. Meanwhile, I'm going to shoot this guy with lightning, because this attack can hop to the next nearest enemy. Hopefully, they'll both be in range and I'll hit them both with a single shot. At the start of combat triggered. There we go. Fingers crossed. Nah, he wasn't in range. Okay.
Onward!
So, Kalisha sucks a little bit less than our wizard. Let's have her come down and start smacking this guy. In combat, a couple of things happen. Let's pause and go through them. First, you become engaged. You have a number of engagement targets. Fighters and paladins and barbarians can pump that number up so they can hold off whole groups of enemies. And when you become engaged, you stop moving and get caught in melee. If you try and move while in that... Let's issue a move order to the wizard. Let's get him to back off. What'll happen is the attacker who was engaging me, will get a free attack against this character as I'm disengaging. That has its own whole set of bonuses, but typically my deflection stat will be what stops that hitting me. Let's see if I can actually get away with it. Okay, so I successfully run out of there. I'm not being interrupted anymore, but I'm out of spells. So let's just keep flinging bolts at him from a safe distance. And Frank killed him with a magic bolt from a safe distance. So what you can see here, I took a couple of hits in that combat, and in the bottom left I've got some red in the portrait, which means I've lost endurance. If you lose all your endurance, you're knocked unconscious, and your character falls down, they can't act, etc. You'll get back up at the end of a combat if your team wins. And to the left of that is a blue bar. That's your health. When all your health's gone, you're dead. That character is dead, gone, and never ever coming back. It is a permadeath game. Now if that's just some adventurer you hired at the inn, big whoop, right? Just go back to the inn and get another one. You know, who cares? But if it's a main character, like... I'll say Ida, since he's one of the first you get. You know, if it's a main character like Ida, who has quests attached to him, you're going to miss out on a chunk of the game and a chunk of dialogue because of that, so you need to take care of your party.
I'm here.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
The only way that I'm aware of to select multiple members of your party is actually to drag a box around them, so that's something they really need to fix.